Board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this morning with a little bit of singing. And over here, I am in my home. I am in this room all alone. But really, I am here with you. And that is a lovely place to be. That's true. We're talking about board games. Maybe it's what I'm talking about. Board games, possibly. I'm not gonna shout. Hey, good morning. And if you are watching this after the fact, I am starting this 24 minutes early because I am a strange person who wants to experiment in a manner that is clearly terrible for, marketing and whatnot. But hey ho, um, I'm going to play a bit of keyboard as I explain what this is all about. And then if you're watching this on, if you're watching this in a few weeks, if you're watching this after January the 2nd, then, you can check out the banners that I'm putting on screen. And so that will tell you sort of what is generally going on. Now, let me just make sure that I've got my moderation panel up. Failed to load module. That's not a great starting sign, but I am Bez, and we are ostensibly talking about board games. I mean, there's normally a little bit of board game chat, but we also talk about all sorts of other things. I talk about life and sometimes even politics or chairs or walls or cathode ray tubes, TVs. Sometimes we play games on screen. I'm picking up this book because that is a book that we used to play my read and write, which I quite enjoyed that. Might not do a read and write today. But yeah, the issue is that it requires an overhead camera. One day, maybe when I'm settled in a place in Thailand, I'll have a proper overhead camera and it'll be clear, it'll be out of shot, it'll have a nice camera that can sort of zoom in, and then I'll do my things and you'll be able to see the keyboard or the game I'm playing, and maybe I'll have one table for my keyboard, another table for the board games, and we'll be able to have like people around, and yeah, I think that would be quite fun. But anyway, this is the present. This is Betty Bofftime Board Game Blether, and today it is Chaotic Shenanigans with me. If this is your first time watching, if you're watching on Twitch, or basically, if you watch me while I'm live on Twitch, you get channel points. Now, I'm not affiliate, so you don't see the channel points on the bottom, but thanks to Stream Elements, which is a robot, it keeps track of who's in the chat, and the more that you're in the chat, the more channel points you get. Also, sometimes I sing a little song about a board game, and the people who guess it correctly will get some channel points. Now, it seems like, there is some issues with Twitch currently, but hello, and I hope you are doing generally very well. I thought today I would just sit down and play the keyboard for a wee bit. I really need to clip my nails if I'm playing the keyboard again. But yeah, that's aside. I'll lower the thing a wee bit. There we go. I am a person and I am learning. I like to make games. they have many names. Board game, tabletop, card game. Maybe someone would call it a doorstop if they were really being mean. So, let me talk a wee bit about recent events and highlights. Games played and food eaten. Well, what was the food eaten? For lunch I had some soup and toast. I normally skip breakfast. Yesterday, of course, was, a lovely delight, and I'm generally, it was a New Year's Shenanigans with Tabletop Live Network, and some of them streaming, and that was beautiful, and that was lovely to have so many folk, and I actually felt some nerves. I was like shaking when there were like 70 people in the chat. I was like, okay, I have to be entertaining. The pressure is on to kind of, do something. And I did get a few new followers, so that's a good sign. If I'd got like 0 new followers, then it'd be like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. And streaming itself, it's like a really weird thing. It's got this performative aspect, and yet it's also this socializing aspect. It feels like, why stream? Like, if you can stream for the benefits of others, or you can stream for the benefits of yourself. I mean, that's ultimately it, isn't it? When we take it from the broadest possible perspective, you either stream from the benefits of you because you're enjoying it, and maybe, there's something about it that you're enjoying, or you stream and it's like, to those 2 people who are watching, it's just, I should actually change the banner. Pondering streaming, that's what I'm doing today. Because this whole thing, it's crazy, isn't it? It's like, some things that you do for other people, okay, maybe you do it as a totally benign thing because it's like, oh, this will be fun for other, and then maybe you stay off affiliate. Maybe you don't go affiliate, which is what I've done, and partly I've got affiliates on Twitch so that just jump, and you don't have to see any adverts if you jump in, because if I were to go affiliate, then Twitch actually makes it worse, and they put in adverts that you have to then start paying money to bypass. And since I'm not going affiliate, do I even care about my average viewer count? Not really. I mean, it would be nice to reach more people for sure, because that's what, like, to an extent, anyone who goes on Twitch is a bit of an exhibitionist. Anyone who goes on Twitch is kind of seeking some validation. I said this ages ago about party games on Board Game Geek, and I know that a couple of folk disagreed with me. But I honestly, sincerely believe that desire for validation is a big part of why I am streaming. I mean, it's a big part of why I make the games that I do. And it's that between self-validation and, yeah, then you lead to wanting to make something that's good for other people. And so, yeah, sure, if sure, when I sold 1,000,000 games, then sure, I'll feel like, okay, I've achieved something. But on that path to doing that, then yeah, obviously I need to make games that are worth people buying, that are worth publishers playing, spending money on. And it's the same with the stream. Sure, the reviews started because, well, back at the start, nearly a year ago, I started doing reviews on this channel because it was a way to stream every day. It was a thing to do. The reason that I stream is to give me a reason to get up in the morning. And I want to, yeah, Alan Oughton, who was there in the early days, who I think didn't miss a single episode for the first like 100 and something. That was amazing to have like one person who's there pretty much every day. And now Alan has been gone for a while. I mean, I guess the streams change. And in a way, sometimes you kind of want to chase those certain people that are here. Like now it's like, okay, what do you like, Alan? Because you're the person watching. What do you like, Xate? Because you're the person watching. What do you like, people who might be watching? Is there something that I can do to get you watching, to get you involved in the social circle? And like with the chaotic shenanigans, honestly, chaotic shenanigans and Friday forum, friendly Friday forum, if anyone wants to jump in and you want to be on video, like if I know your name, if I know who you are, like if you've only watched once and I don't know you, then maybe don't click that link. But if I know your name, if we've met each other at a convention, if we've talked a bit online, then feel free to jump in. And I know that that is not for everyone. And so the question then becomes to everyone who watches, like whether you're watching this live or after the fact, why are you watching? And, these kinds of things, like how are you? What's been your favourite things recently? These are big questions for sure. And it just feels like sometimes we do things because they're there. Sometimes we do things because we want to learn about board games. Sometimes we do things because we want to learn about streaming. Sometimes we do something because we just want to hear a familiar voice talking. And I'm streaming now because it's an excuse to be up. So I thought about changing to a 9 a.m. start. No one expressed a preference really. I mean, I guess Xate expressed a preference for finishing at 11 because some people have too much fear of missing out and don't want to leave a stream halfway through the middle. But I know some people like do 8-hour streams and even 24-hour streams. And at that point, for sure, people need to start feeling like, yeah, you can jump in and jump out as you choose. And I'm streaming here, but no one has to watch the entire thing. No one, I don't think that there is no one who has watched the entire video catalogue of everything I've done, because I mean, this is raw, unedited footage. This is just me meandering and blethering to myself. And sure, if you happen to be up, then maybe that's fun. And maybe that's good times. And maybe you're enjoying it. But if you're looking just for succinct reviews, if you're looking for bullet points, then this is not the format for it. I mean, maybe I could have more like meeting this person, discussing this with this person, blah, blah, blah. I mean, people aren't giving me that much guidance on what they want, which I take to mean, hey, do what I feel like, and just sometimes, yeah, look at the number, sometimes look at the fact that I got more people for the Fighting Fantasy, and also look at the fact that it was an easy thing for me to do. That I could easily do the Fighting Fantasy like whenever I want, at a moment's notice. I just pull it out and hey presto, that's a thing that I do. And that would be fun. Sometimes I want to be rambling about a thing. Sometimes I want to be discussing a thing with other people. Sometimes I want to be talking to other people, and that was what the Friendly Friday forum was meant to be about. About other people feeling like, yes, I can join in. That I can jump in. And it's all good. But stuff doesn't always work out like you expect. And hello, Bones and Banners, it is lovely to see you. What do I like more, designing or talking about designs? Ooh. Well, in normal times, I definitely like designing games more. If you mean like designing live on stream, like that's a different thing, because designing live on stream is very different to general design. But for sure, the playtesting process, that is something I adore. The playtesting process where you have a thing that you've made and then you give it to other people and then you see what do they think. And that is why for me, IdleCon, which was on, I want to say, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, IdleCon by Michael was lovely, because Michael came on my stream and we had a lovely chat. Michael, Alan Paul, Jess Hancock, myself, all about giving away freebies. We decided we'd talk a bit more, and then Michael went off on their stream and said, hey, this is the theme. The theme is and right. For example, flip and right, roll and right, exercise and write. No one made that one. Read and write, which I did. You flip to a book and choose the top left word. And I made that game mainly not because of, yes, there's a little bit of joy of pondering it, but that joy of pondering it, it's in the anticipation of it actually being played. And yeah, 100% playtesting is my 100 favorite thing. And that's why saying, okay, I am going to playtest all these games that's come in here was such a lovely thing. And I should ask Michael, when's the next one? If you're not going to do one within a month, then I'll do one. Because, it was... Yeah, just having a day of saying, okay, I could say, okay, it needs to be solo playable, but for sure, one nice thing about Michael's thing was that Michael does have a printer, and I could say, okay, you need to make games that don't require a printer, and that would be fair, because in the current location where I'm living, no access to a printer. not going to go out to a library for obvious reasons. I mean, not going to risk being a vector for the virus. But yeah, even seeing someone else playing it online, seeing their actual facial reactions, being able to see their facing, do they like this game? Having other people join in and saying, I like this game. Having someone say, hey, I hate this game, it feels like homework. But balancing that against everyone else and saying, okay, this person doesn't like word games, maybe that's the issue, maybe it's just not a game for them. Playtesting, it's like validation. It's like realization of all the efforts that you've put into each other, that everything that you worked on. And good morning, Yoda. It's lovely to see you this morning. And I hope that all is well in the Netherlands. You see, I remember where Dutch people are from these days. You have taught me things. You are like the real Yoda. Oh yeah, and I wanted you to tell me if I whispered to you and I wasn't sure if that was cool because you never responded, but seeing a person teach your game to someone else is bliss. Yeah, blind playtesting. So I think what I want to do is kind of do more of a mixture of things. And this entire show today, at least, is just going to be me pondering the stream, and I encourage everyone else to tell me, what time would you like me to start? What time would you watch if I did it? Like if I did an 8-hour stream, would you be likely to pop in for bits of it? Do you think I would? I understand not everyone has to pop in, and like when you do a stream more than an hour long, frankly, I don't expect most people to stick around. When it's more than 2 hours, I expect maybe 1, maybe 0 people to stick around. And I love talking to people. I love on the stream when I have all these guests, and that's why, yeah, I've had all these lovely, wonderful people. I mean, maybe what I should do is say, okay, you know what? In 2021, 10 to 11 is when I say I'll be streaming. So yeah, I am always going to be streaming from 10 a.m. to 11. But whether I'm streaming before or after, that's entirely up to me. Because I know it was literally just for one person that I said, okay, I'm always going to now stop at 12. And sure, that was a good thing for making sure that when I have... Yeah, it was actually after that I had Martin Wallace, and Martin Wallace at the start was like, oh, okay, I want to stay for an hour, and then after it, you know, when you really get into it, when there's questions from the audience, and when people are having fun, it's like, yeah, let's keep doing that. And I totally know that aspect of, yeah, it's when you're into it, you don't want to say goodbye. And so then I finished up the stream, and then Martin Wallace and I were talking for another half hour, which sure, that was great because we were able to talk numbers and figures, and it was good fun. But maybe if, and I don't want it to be something that people end up burning out on. I don't want to have someone that I really respect and then, and yeah, if someone comes on, I want to be like, okay, you know what, it's generally 2 hours, but if you want to stay just 1 hour, then yeah, we can make it work. As long as you're willing to stay an hour, it's all good. And in future, I'll start up like 9:59, whether I've got a person here or not. And maybe I'll tell my guests that because some in the past year it's sometimes difficult streaming when you've got a guest and then you're waiting for them, and then it's like now 10:05. You expected them to come 20 minutes ago because you asked them to come in for a sound check and lighting check, and where are they? What's happening? And so, I want to have more people on. I want to talk to more people. And so I basically said, okay, one day a week I'm going to be reviewing stuff. And that works out well, especially when I'm back home, by which I mean in London. And then I get to review stuff, and sometimes I end up saying, you know what, this is a game that I need to get rid of. Sometimes this is a game, wow, actually I realized that, you know what, this game that I thought wasn't actually that good, I'm now really excited to replay it in a new way, maybe implement a house rule. And having these realizations as I blather on about a game, and people afford me that space, and people chip in with their own thoughts about what I'm presenting, that's lovely. And so, I'm going to do a similar thing tomorrow on Sunday, where maybe I don't talk about board games because the only new board game that the only board games I've played in the past week, what have they been? They've been Rummy. They've been Rummy, Invisible, Biddle. I might have played something online, and The Crew. Yeah, The Crew. And sure, I could ramble on about my experiences with The Crew for half an hour, and then maybe I stop talking. But I'm going to also use this opportunity to maybe chat about some of the. Sorry, that's not what I want. That some of the wee comics that I've got. Talk about some of the comics, and on Sunday it's going to be less board gamey. Because I'm going to review books and say, hey, this is what I think of it. And where's Natalia? Some of my books are about games, of course they are, like Trigger Happy, and some of them, even if they're not exactly about games, I mean, Joy of Color Source book. Oh, there's Game Inventor's Guidebook by Brian Tinsman, that's a good one. Understanding Animation, Animator's Toolkit, Understanding Comics, oh my god, that's such a good book. Yeah. And talking about these things, and about their applications to board games, that's something I'd like to do, but also use it. So, and very, very quickly, I found that my week was filled. And the problem with a weekly schedule is that very soon people assume that you're going to stick to it ad infinitum. And so if you want to talk to me, be like, have one panel a week, have a few interviews a week, have like one Friendly Friday forum, like one review show and one fighting fantasy thing. Like suddenly it goes from being a what do I talk about to, oh my god, I would also like to do playthroughs. I would like to do like a playthrough of like more of Ganache Cherachek's Imperial Settlers Roll and Write. Which, yes, maybe I'm just playing through a gritty sense of perseverance, and maybe I don't need to worry about playing it through the end. And playing through a game, I'd like to do it not in a manner of just, hey, let's play through, but if other people can't join in, then I'd like to at least give a lot of commentary. Be like, this is what emotions the game is eliciting in me. This is what the game's making me think of. This is what I think of the design, just reviewing it as I play it. But it's like I think the Higgs boson particle, like when you say that like observation means that something actually changes. So by the same token, when you're playtesting, even the act of observing the playtests affects the playtests. Even the fact of observing your own emotions changes your own emotions. As you ponder what's going through my mind, as you ponder, am I enjoying this? And think about it. Sometimes someone asks you, how are you doing? How are you doing? And then suddenly your mind thinks, oh, am I good? Wait a minute, I'm not really good. I'm kind of average. And before maybe you were like maybe a 6 out of 10, but suddenly now you become a 4 out of 10 because it's like you're thinking, oh, I can't say I'm good. I'm okay. And then if you're a pedantic person, you want to say okay, but then suddenly they're thinking, oh, why are you only okay? Why are you not good? Is something the matter? And by the same token, playtesting itself can change the reality. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if my rambling's making any sense to anybody except for myself. And let's say I had like 100 people watching. Then sure, at that point, I would be like, okay, what do you want to see? And if 50 people said, oh, we want to see this, then I should be listening to it. But right now, 10 people for me watching is a good day. And so at that point, what info do I get? Okay, this one person, 9 a.m. works better for them. This one person at 9 a.m. starts works for them better than a 10 a.m. start. But maybe we could have just a private chat with that person. Because that particular person that I'm thinking of, I know we have private things to talk about. And then we can make the actual show, like, okay, starts it at 9:50, like do 10 minutes early. And then starts it. And maybe stop at 11:30 because we've already got a lot of our, oh, how are yous out of the way. And it has to be what works for me. And I know that Matthew Dunstan said that they don't want to clash with my show, and I really massively respect that. So Matthew Dunstan said that currently they'd be starting at they were about to start at 9 a.m. and then maybe raid me afterwards, which would be really nice. I mean, I don't think I've ever been raided. Okay, there's in the morning, I think there's only been one time that I've been raided by a board game channel. And wow, what a raid that was. On the 1st of January, sure, I was raided by Ruel after the tabletop gaming live thing. I started at 8 a.m. and I specifically started when Ruel was finishing. But as for my normal show, yeah, I've never been rated, and that would be a really nice thing. So I don't want to be like, oh, and so yeah, that would be lovely. And Matthew is such a lovely person, and yeah, sure, I'd watch a wee bit. Look, if I really wanted to chase numbers, and this is me just kind of talking out loud, spitting into the wind. It feels like there's a dichotomy between being regular, being saying, okay, I'm going to do this at this point in time. And sure, part of that is good for me. The fact that it's daily, doing something every day for me is a lot easier than doing it 5 days a week or 3 days a week. The truth is that like there's a reason why I skipped Tuesdays. And part of that reason, yes, mornings are a better time for me. But also, it's the one daily thing that I have. I can say to my housemates, to my parents, who I'm currently back with for a month, hey, this is the time, I'm going to be doing my own thing until this time. I'm going to be doing my own thing until 12:30. Please don't even knock on my door if my door isn't open. Yoda says, I'm guessing a lot of people are still sleepy from New Year's. It's very quiet today. I think that might be it. Anyway, that is my intro for the main topic, which has been, how long have I been going? About 40 minutes. So let me go backwards and again ask you. Recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. So what have you been up to recently that you've enjoyed? I'm going to talk about non-streaming things. Obviously, yesterday's stream was a joy. Obviously, playing was a joy. Watching Matthew Dunton was a joy. I had a couple of ready meals yesterday. One thing that I really appreciated, that I really felt proud of, that I felt was an actual achievement. I had a walk before my stream. So I got up and then I did my normal morning defecation and brushing and did I remember to brush my teeth yesterday morning? Like I'm getting better at brushing my teeth every night, but sometimes I forget to brush my teeth in the morning. I'm not going to lie. But, I didn't generally do it 2 or 3 times a day. I brush my teeth, which trying to really improve how good I take care of my teeth. After I eat, I put a 30-minute timer. So in 30 minutes, like after I've eaten, I brush my teeth because apparently you're not meant to brush your teeth for 30 minutes because the acids can sort of weaken things. So the ideal time to brush your teeth apparently is 30 minutes afterwards. And so I do that occasionally. Like if I'm just hanging around the house, that's something I'll do. But yeah, I went outside for a couple of lovely walks. I went outside for a quick walk around the block. I went outside for an afternoon walk and saw the trees and the cold, and yeah, I almost feel like it was getting outside before my stream that was more of an achievement. And I know this sounds like a really small thing, but I promised myself yesterday that I'm going to go off sugar for at least a month. And it's already been difficult. I've already had challenges. I know it's only been a day, but sugar is addictive as bleep. And so sugar is as addictive as so much else. Sugar is more addictive than many of us give it credit for. So, already played 7 games in 2021, and I got to mentor for game design. Tell us more. So, yeah, Yoda is going to be on this show, and yeah, if you could be on this show, if you could join me as early as possible, try to be here. Definitely. Did you skim through the things? Send me, please, the info before Wednesday. Definitely do it before Wednesday. I might get Chris to make a new kind of graphic that says something like live mentorship, something like that. Because Chris is the person who does all the nice graphics for me. So Yoda will send the info later today. Great stuff. And so Yoda is coming onto this show starting the 16th. So yeah, the week after the Bez and Friends game day. Oh yeah, I should put up a banner for Bez and Friends game day. Will return January the 9th, blah, blah, blah. Check that out. Go to the Discord. And after that, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to teach Yoda. I don't know. It'll be kind of difficult. I guess I'll have to either copy the game onto bits of paper using pencil and paper, or get some sort of graphics program to make marks on the screen. But yeah, I'll try and maybe the first show I'll try to give it to go. Hello, Xate. I mean, you're about. No, I generally start at 10:18, and I started talking about the main topic. I started that, and then it was partially an experiment to see, will people actually tune in early, and it's like just deciding that the whole notion of saying, this is when I'm going to go live, is kind of, whilst it's good for people watching, it's also slightly against what's maximizing my own personal enjoyment. Yeah, New Year's Eve messed up my sleep, says Xate. Lots of love. How is your head doing? I hope that you're feeling a little bit better, Xate. And we're just talking about recent highlights. I'm talking about the fact that I went for a quick walk around the block this morning. I went to bed really early last night, which wasn't great because it meant that I had to cancel my talk with my sibling in Australia. But yeah, I had a long sleep. I slept for about 10 hours, and then I woke up relatively early by my standards. The migraine got better late last night, so I was able to sleep finally. Yeah, lots of love. That is indeed good to read. Yeah, I'm glad to And so, yeah. What have you been enjoying? Have you had any tasty dinners? I'm expecting some tastiness from milkshakes. But yeah, for me, the achievements were making peace with not having a sweet thing that I could have had. And then going for the walk today, which is going to be my second resolution, at least for January. I'm not making a resolution for the year because that feels like it's setting myself up for failure. I'm just going to try to do it until the end of January. Then, if I make it until the end of January, maybe I'll make a very similar February resolution. I feel like for me, that approach is going to help. Same with this stream. When I started off, it was like, I'll do it for a week and then I'll see. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it for a month and then I'll see. And then I was like checking in every month and saying, okay, am I going to continue? Oh, yes, I am. And then eventually it was like, yeah, you know what? I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm going to continue for the foreseeable future. Same with having a early morning walk. I'm hoping that my early morning walk will be able to be something that integrates itself into my thing. So I'm not going to say that I went very far, but yeah, it was a bit more than just round a block. It was round like maybe 3 blocks, but just getting outside in the early morning, getting the blood pumping. Anyway, if anyone wants to share any achievements, then feel free to do so. So, no one wants to share achievements. So let's talk about brilliant things. Brilliant things. What's a little thing that is brilliant? What's a little thing that is brilliant? Okay, brilliant things. We've already talked about boxes. Have we talked about phones? I think we've talked about phones. Have we talked about rings? No, I don't think we. I'm talking about ring binding. I'm talking about spiral bound notebooks, specifically spiral bound notebooks like this, where you turn a page and then it goes boom. And it's technically not spiral bound. It's not technically a spiral. Where's the little? So if we look at where exactly the join is, yeah, you can see that rather than being a spiral, it's sort of just meets the other bit, and you could actually take all the pages off and slip them off the thing if you wanted to just kind of take that. So, anyway, the point being able to turn the pages, puts it flat onto a keyboard, easily puts it down, draw on it, write on it. I just think that's incredibly practical, and I really like. I know it's not technically correct, but what I'm going to call spiral bound notebooks. I'm a really big fan of spiral bound notebooks for playtesting, for making notes. I have this one. One side says songs, one side says board game rough ideas. I've got another one that's specifically for this show where it's all about when I have people on. It's like taking wee notes of what they've been saying so I can remember for myself, so I can look back and also do the recap at the end. Because I used to do it all on separate bits of paper, but this is my. Actually, that's the third thing I'm going to try and do during January. Actually, no, fourth thing, I'm going to make 4 resolutions right now. So, firstly, no sugar. Secondly, morning walks. Thirdly, be a bit more, yeah, keep doing that. I mean, there's lots of things that when I think about, oh yeah, keep brushing my teeth. But for January, drawing categorical. And there was something that I'm actually going to put up Skype. And, mentors are brilliant for the brilliant things. And so, yeah, maybe when you come on, don't do it in the first time you come on Yoda, because then that will be too much pressure and be like, oh my god, I need to live up to all this pressure now. Maybe at the end, when you're like in the 4th episode, something like that, then you can talk about why mentors are brilliant. And then I'll feel like, okay, we've already shown how rubbish or whatever I am as a mentor, so we don't need to build up the pressure anymore. Anyway, Okay, Yoda's coming on. Yeah. So Yoda can explain that. I already explained. Basically, I agree. Matt was talking about mentors. I agree. I offered to be a mentor for someone on live, and Yoda's coming on every 2 weeks for what did we say? Was it like 3 months? And so that would be 6 weeks. Like so, 6 times that you come on. So that's one time. So the first time I imagine that being just okay, meeting Yoda. We'll do a typical meeting blah episode where Yoda will come on and we'll talk about who Yoda is. We'll talk about this game that Yoda made for IdleCon and maybe some of Yoda's plans with it. We might start a wee bit of advice, but yeah, exactly. And then the starting from the second, I imagine that being more of the mentorship. So like maybe at the end of the first, it'll be like, okay, let's set some goals for you for next time. And I don't know. Actually, one thing I want to know about you, Yoda, are you someone who, because I'm someone who gets easily distracted, and I know that if I don't do something like within a day, then I struggle a lot more to do it. And I will eventually do it for sure. I know I've got to drawing to do for all sorts of people. I've got all sorts of things that I have to do. I've got to finish categorical. Of course, a lot of board game stuff takes more than a day. But sometimes it's like, oh, if I don't act on this like right now, then I don't ever do it. Like, are you someone who can put things on pause? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Um, will I Bez? Will I what? Will I draw stuff? Yes, I will. Okay, Yoda can put things on pause. Okay. I feel like Sate is really doubting me now. And I feel. Hmm. Yeah, look, it's been a bleeping hard year. Cut me some slack, alright? That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, now we've gone over brilliant things, let's move to the questionably quick questions. If anyone has any questionably quick questions, you've got 2 minutes to get them in, including lag. So if I don't see any questionably quick questions, the one thing I always ask myself is, what time is it and where am I? Well, I am in Glasgow, in Scotland, UK, Europe. It is 10:28 currently. Any other questionably quick questions? I'm going to ask myself, what is my favourite drink? Mm. And I will definitely say water. I really do like hot chocolate, but I'm aware that it isn't the best for me. Now, I do slightly prefer tea to water. But the thing about tea is that I only like lukewarm tea. I like tea when it's marginally above room temperature. So basically, about half an hour after it's brewed, I love going to Chayofna. If there were not a pandemic, I would be going to Chayofna multiple times on this visit. Chayofna, I think, has more types of tea than pretty much anywhere else in the UK. I think what they claimed was they have more tea than any other establishments in the UK outside of London. I never asked what the London-based establishment was. I probably should sometime, but the London-based establishment's also probably really expensive. Whereas Chiofna, because Glasgow rent's fairly cheap, you can go in and you can pay like £3 for a pot of tea, and then you get free refills if you pick the correct tea, and then you just get more and more, and you get more. Maybe get Mate Rancho, and which is an intensely powerful thing. Maybe get a floral thing. Maybe get an orange blossom tea. All sorts of tea. Lukewarm. Who is Luke? Why does lukewarm tea? Oh. Okay, so, and I like saying Luke is Darth's son. Given, yeah. So yeah, feel free to comment, ask questions, follow if that pleases you. Otherwise, I'm going back into the main topic, which is pondering the stream, chat, and chaotic shenanigans. Okay, so yeah. So, Sate, just to catch you up, I decided that there's a weird element of FOMO when I don't think I know that I want to I would like to, start at 9 and finish at 11 if that was genuinely better for you and you were going to watch. But if it's just because... But then Matthew also yesterday said they really want to start at 9 and they aren't going to start at 8 because that will probably just be a wee bit too early for people in the UK. And I really appreciate Matthew trying to be a wee bit staying out of people's way. At least out of people who do similar kind of design chat. It feels like at this point I just need to go back to having the streams as long as they are. Especially when it's chaotic chat. And I think my new kind of public thing is going to be, yes, from 10 AM to 11 AM I am going to be streaming UK time. But before that I might be streaming, I might not. After that I might be streaming, I might not. And a bunch of Star Wars chats in chat. I mean, I've heard of Darth Maul, I've heard of Darth Vader. I know Darth Maul's like the one with the double edge, that's cool, obviously Darth Vader. I think I've heard of Darth Sidious and Darth Tyrannus, but I can't even remember them. I mean, to be fair, someone who calls themselves Dutch Yoda, you would think and hope that they would be more into Star Wars than someone who hasn't even seen the 9 main Star Wars films at this point? Like, how do you even count them? Because there's also the extra ones in between. But I've seen, I think 8 of the Star... Have I seen 8? I want to say 8. I've seen about 8. Darth Sidious is the Emperor. Oh, yeah, Emperor Palpatine. Darth Tyrannus is Count Dooku. Okay. Okay, there we go. Dutch. Are you speaking a foreign language? Yeah. Star Wars is its own language. But yeah, I asked for people to put into chat what they would like to see. I mean, what would you like to see from the stream? I think I've had one person saying that they would like to see Dave Turksey. I don't think I've had any other requests other than that one request for Dave Turksey, which, to be fair, I've not acted upon. But it's just been that it's been a fairly full schedule, and that's the thing. Like, I do actually I really enjoyed doing the fighting fantasy thing, and so probably I should do more of that. And the thing is, when other people come on, especially when it's first time guests, having them on is my favorite thing. But my issue is just the setup, because it takes effort to reach out to these people. It takes effort to get them to send me the stuff. And if I say, oh, send me it by this date, then they haven't. Then I get more and more, oh, well, what's going on? Because now, like a month ago, I'm not going to name names. I'm generally not going to name names. And it's not someone that anyone here will instantly think of. It genuinely isn't. But I had someone who was going to come on, and then it's like, hey, you still haven't given me your info. And I told you that I needed it. Please give me your info by the end of today. And they were like, okay. And then they didn't send me the info by the end of Wednesday. And I asked Chris specifically, look, Chris, I know you're only officially meant to work for me on Wednesdays, but would you be willing to do like 1 hour of work for me on the Saturday, work for me on your day off? And yeah, sure, Chris does get paid by the hour, and Chris does set up really nice graphics. And but then, yeah, they've still not sent it. So, like, at this point, it's like, okay, well, I'll do something else. I'll do another Chaotic Shenanigans on that day next week. Or maybe I'll do another Fighting Fantasy thing. And having a couple of things that I can pluck out of my back pocket, and my figurative back pocket, which I pretty much never have. But, out of my satchel or whatever, to say, yeah, we are going to... Oh, there's where my hair bobble went. Oh, there's Friday. I really need... I've only been here for like 2 weeks, and already this thing is such a mess. Anyway, yeah, saying, oh, I could do the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, or I could do... I could write some notes about the book that I want to write about how to make a game, and then kind of ramble about that for an hour. And yeah, having new people on... conclusion, having new people on, it's lovely, but it's just effort in the before part. Having repeat guests, that's really nice as well. I really enjoy that, and I would love to have more repeat guests. I'd love to have Michael on. I'd love to be like, hey, Michael on, come on. Just, you know what, I'll start the show at 9 a.m. and then Michael pops in at 10. And then, yeah, let's talk about streaming together, because Michael knows a bit about streaming. And then, yeah, let's compare notes. Let's compare chats about bots. Maybe let's compare motivations. Why do you stream, Michael? When are you going to do your thing? And it almost feels like maybe most days should be more chaotic shenanigans. And I'm pretty much going to leave the chaotic shenanigans. And for now, I'm just going to say, unless there's an actual round table, just feel free to do all the chaotic shenanigans stuff. Feel free to continue doing that. But when there's a round table, when it's myself, I will actually try to add that on the About page on Twitch at some point. But yeah, obviously when we have Michael and Jess and Alan Paul and myself, we are there to talk about a thing. And then halfway through, I'm like, you know what? We need 2 episodes to do this, at least, maybe even 3 episodes. But for the most part, yeah, maybe this should just be it is a blether, and maybe I need to get back into embracing that. Maybe that's what it is. So Dutch would make a beautiful Wookiee.
Loving Turksy's work lately. Can't wait to play. Is this. Are you just writing this because you want me to hear me try to say Tawantin Suyu? Are you just wanting to make me say things? Tawantin Suyu. It has a solo mode. Um, yeah, I really don't. I don't really like solo gaming. Okay, but yeah. And yay, we have someone for a moderator to ban. I'm actually going to see if my um, sortie view is working now. Oh, yay, it was working. Yay, it's been banned. And I genuinely talk about games like Tuantin, Suyu, Tuatuakan, and Tekanu a lot. And back when I started, there was a while when I had aspirations of someday being recognized as someone who made stuff and shared information that would be useful for people to listen to if they really wanted to check out design stuff. I should actually try to work out how to set up Dina as a YouTube moderator because Dina's offered to make play- playlists, and maybe that would be good. I mean, maybe I'll have a mixture of stuff. I don't know. I'm just really enjoying. Maybe we should have like discussing blah or blethering about blah. And if it's discussing blah, then I'm going to start on time, within 5 minutes, and I might start at 9:55 if people are ready, and it's I guess yeah, I'm just going to go back to being a bit random. And I remember that one time when I finished up, and I think it was Xate who said, "Oh, what are we going to do for the rest of the morning?" I mean, to be fair, if I say, okay, you know what, I'm sometimes going to start at 9:55, sometimes I'm going to start at 10, sometimes I'm going to start at 9:30, sometimes I might even start at 9. Well, that's a bit rubbish for people who want to see it all. But maybe that's the point. Maybe it is an element of memento mori. Maybe it's an element of letting go. Maybe it's an element of, yeah, you're never going to see all the streams. You're never going to see all of Turksy. You're never going to see all of this other thing with this person. And yeah, with Dina, maybe we get together at 9 and then Dina and I have a chat. And if our personal chat takes less than an hour, then we'll start streaming. And I guess at the start I felt more of a, if you build it, they will come. Like, yeah, at the start I was like, if you build it, they will come and people will just pop in, and I need to make this start exactly at 10 and finish exactly at 11. And if I'm good at this, then eventually people will come and want to listen to these people, to listen to me. And then I had all these guests. And sure, there were loads of people for Paul Grogan, which was lovely to see. And there's too much internet going on now. Following anyone for 2 hours is already a lot, says Xate. Longer than that, and it starts to just be too much. In the early days, there was less happening. And in a way, that's it. It's like, if I'm just doing it for my own pleasure, like, what I need to be happy with is, yeah, there was a big chunk of a stream yesterday when I think there were 0 regulars in the chat. And I was genuinely a bit worried in case there would be like some troll or something on Twitch. And it was really nice to see that when the one person who was asking, it was like, oh, is this a genuine request or is it not? Xate was already in the chat. That was like well after 10. And so it is really, really nice to have you in the chat, Xate. And I really, really appreciate your moderation. But I think I'm going to have to be more self-reliant in some ways. I think I am going to have to be more okay with sometimes streaming even if there's an audience of no one. And sometimes, yeah. Because I've been banging on for over a day saying, hey, please give me some feedback. And yeah, people haven't. Like, and so given the lack of input from, and good morning, Rob, it's lovely to see you. And I've pretty much come to the conclusion for my blethering for over an hour now that, yeah, I just need to be more okay with streaming whenever I want. And I am going to be streaming from 10 till 11, but whether I do it before or after then is in question. And that is totally fair. I mean, it would be really lovely to see you pop in, even if it's just for a few minutes to say hello. Xate, like, look, I totally get it, because right now I look in the chat and I'm like, you know, who are the moderators? Like, look, Yoda and Rob, I 100% trust you. Rob, Yoda, would you be up for being a moderator? Because By being a moderator, basically what I'm asking is for you to, if there's someone who's saying, oh, check out here for followers, then please, yeah, better trust me for 99%. Sure, and I've learned that if I time out a moderator, then they stop being a moderator. But, and I trust Dutch Yoda 98%. Oh, you know what we should do is, you know how there's a love command? Do a trust command. That would be fun. Like, yeah, I'll make a trust command tonight or this morning. That might be fun. You know what? Yeah, I understand that, Rob. And I understand I need to be self-reliant. I need to make sure that I am in the Twitch thing. Does anyone actually want to come on for a wee bit? You can come to be sworn in as a moderator. But yeah, Xate, I want you to be here because you enjoy it, or because the routine helps. And I already know that there's other priorities. I already know that you'll prioritize other people above me, and that's fine. If you're not getting that much out of the stream, then if there's a clear reason, if it's like, oh, this bit is just not for me, or that bit is just not for me, then let me know. If there's something easy that I can change, then I will change it. But you don't have to be here all the time. You just have to be here when it will be fun for you. And let me actually, I'm going to go into stream elements. I'm actually going to do this live, even though this will make for very boring watching. And I will go into, okay, maybe I'll see if I can show you my dashboard so you can see, or does that remove the magic? Chat commands. So there we go. That is the chat commands, custom commands, add a new command from a template. Let's go with love, and we will call this trust. And there's some amount of, no, it's not, there's trust between, says sender trusts the person that you're talking about. Random percent. But maybe that is that enough? And I want an interrobang, but I'm not able to put an interrobang without just copying and pasting it. Yeah, we want an interrobang there. That's the punctuation we want. Yeah, so activate command, and now you can hopefully do trust. No, that's not an interrobang. That's just an exclamation mark. So let me trust Dutch Yoda. Let's see if it works. Dutch Yoda trusts himself 11%. And apparently I trust Dutch Yoda 27%. Okay, so maybe not a mod. I mean, 27%. It feels like the best that I can deal with. And you know what? I'm still going to, whilst I do on a separate screen, I am going to go into my own thing and go to dashboard, and I can't. Oh, it's taking a bit of time to load. Maybe I'll try to make you a moderator afterwards. But yeah. And hello, evil auntie. We're just doing chaotic shenanigans, which other people will explain. I don't have channel points, but you do exclamation mark points, and I'm just basically chatting about I'm chatting about the stream. I'm chatting about the nature of streaming. We're chatting about the fact that there's now so much stuff going on that people aren't wanting to watch other people a wee bit less. But maybe that's okay. Like, maybe it gets to 11 now, and I'm like, yeah, that's enough time. And yeah, I feel like there's really not been much more to say about that. But obviously, if anyone wants me to do any tasks or anything, they can do that. If they want to chuck in an exclamation mark to task. Otherwise, I am going to start the recap. And so, yep. So recap, wrap up. I started streaming at 9:40 or 9:30 something, just as an experiment to see how it would be like. And yeah, there was a bit of talking to myself for a while, but I guess it would work well for meeting someone if they want to turn up early. And if someone wants to turn up at 9 a.m., if 9 a.m. works better for them, then I'll say from now on, yeah. Come on, 9. As long as you're staying for at least until 11. And that way maybe Martin Wallace can come on again. Because genuinely, that was the reason that Martin gave as not wanting to come on until our clocks change again. Because currently it's 2 hours difference because now it's summertime in Australia and wintertime here, and both of us have changed our clocks, so 1 clock forward for one country, 1 clock forward backwards for the other country, and yeah, it's like being a wee bit more flexible. But maybe chatting to Matt and saying, you know what, Matt, if you want to stream at 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. on Wednesdays, okay. On Wednesdays, I will start closer to 10. I think that's the thing. I've realised that I need to do it more for myself. We've decided that lots of love, evil auntie, who is stuck alone in an apartment for a long time, at least until summer. Where are you based? What time is it where you are? Literally nothing to do except hang out in Twitch streams. Less than 3 months till summertime in the Northern Hemisphere. says Yoda. It is summertime. It is summertime right now in New Zealand and Australia. That's the issue. That's the issue. That's genuinely, and I know it sounds like a big deal to say, "Oh, this is for those people," but yeah, there is an entire hemisphere of people, and yes, South is less populated than the North, but it just feels like appropriate. Hmm. So yeah, Xate, maybe you can tell Evil Auntie about some of the other places that you hang out. And oh, someone, if you can type in !Discord or !social, that will also tell you about my Discord and my social. I fixed it yesterday. I wanted Thank you. That's really helpful. Thank you so much, Xate. So now if you type in Discord, it should probably also be a little explanation of what that says. But basically, if you join in my Discord, then also I want to say on the 9th of January, we are having a Best and Friends game day. Do you like board games? And severely immunocompromised, so the outside world just isn't safe for me for a long while yet. Oh man, that's really hard going. Lots of love. And I am here every day from 10 a.m. UK time until 11 p.m. UK time. And I used to say from 10 until 11. And then, I used to, and then the streams became longer and longer until like I was typically streaming like 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 hours in a single day. And nowadays I stream, I said to someone, okay, I'm going to stick to 12 noon. And then because they had a job that started at 12 noon. Yeah, and look, Rob, Xate, if you want to go off and listen to the crew, that is totally fine. I am just wrapping up. Don't feel like you have to listen to me. That's it. Honestly, today is just me talking about the stream, and I guess I guess this is your first time here, Evil Auntie, and lots of love to you too. And it's a small gathering that I've got here. I like people to be themselves, to own who they are. If someone comes in and says, I was thinking of an extreme, okay, if someone says I'm sexy bot 3121, then if they say hello, I might actually not even reply because, but genuinely, I like people to be themselves, to be like, you don't need to give all your information. You don't need to use your real name if you don't want to. You don't need to tell us where you live so people can send things to you. I'm not asking for that. All I'm asking is that you kind of own who you are and you say, yeah, this is me. And you are all humans. And we are all humans. And we all appreciate each other. And we are honest. Like, if I tell you that I am sometimes depressed, that's because I am sometimes bleeping depressed. If I tell you that I've had a really good date, it's because I've had a really good date. If I if I say something, it's because it's true, at least in that moment. Oh, oh, that's so cute. And Evil Auntie says, I've been following you for a while now. I don't remember who recommended you. I'm just really shy about talking in chats if I'm new. Oh, lots of love. And yeah, I'm kind of the opposite. Sometimes I risk almost forcing myself unwantedly into situations. Yeah, like, I love what Xate says. Chat away. We don't bite much, generally. Not much at all. And it's all good. Rob, you can. The chat is not so busy that I'm enjoying watching you organise your game. And if Vivolante or anyone else wants to join your game, then that's lovely. Because in a sense, I'm done with this. I mean, I don't feel like there's anything left for me to achieve while I'm in the UK. With this show, I feel like I've achieved all I feel like I am able to achieve right now. In terms of people watching, there was a time when I was paying so much attention to that, and I was but then that leads to being like, okay, who am I going to have on? And then thinking more about who they are bringing and what people they are bringing, rather than being, okay, am I genuinely enjoying a conversation with this person? And that's not the way to enjoy myself. I mean, again, yes, if I was having 100 people in my channel, then I probably would go Twitch affiliate, and then I would apply for partnership. And or I would, I don't know, start a Patreon or something, or be like, okay, Patreons get to pick future guests or get to ask questions, doing some sort of thing, but like, yeah, Patreons get some sort of busy bonuses every. That could be a way to do it. Like, okay, you get to ask questions, and if you do, like, setting up the stream elements, because everything that I do with affiliates, um, except for the icons, like, yeah, I would like icons. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to have wee icons that are like love hearts with like a I would like to be able to put down an icon that was like a love heart, but then another love hearts around it, and then another love hearts, like love hearts within love hearts. And Michael said he made a whole $1 in a month of streaming. But yeah, I'm talking like if I had 100 people, not 10 people, which is what Michael has typically. It's important that the streamer also has fun on the streams, I think, says E. Volante. And yeah, that's it. Like at this point, yeah, I feel like okay, I could reach out to, maybe I will reach out to some people that are kind of my dream guests. Antoine Bowser, Friedman Fries, Knizia, and Metzler, Dominic Metzler. Although maybe I don't know who would be most likely, but reaching out to them. But up until now, I'm not going to lie, I've been reaching out in a very safe manner. I've been reaching out to people that I know personally, and that I feel like, okay, these are. And it was board game arena, tabletop simulator. I reached out to them. I didn't get any message back. Tabletopia, I reached out, and Mark is someone who basically just pops in whenever I ask now. And I would like other people to suggest guests. I mean, I want to have people who speak English. I know that sounds gatekeeping, but yeah, it's just the way it is. It is an English speaking stream. And whilst I once had one person speaking Japanese where their husband had to translate, that didn't really work so well. And when I had when I had who was it? Yeah, Simon Caruso. It was lovely to have them on, but for whatever reason, it felt like the conversation was flowing as well as it could have been. And maybe that's a bit of the language barrier where we're just not as easily able to talk about such things. So, yeah, within the realm of people who are able to speak English well, who should I have on? Within the realm of people who are able to pop in. And would I do a special show for Elizabeth Hargrave? Like, would I say, okay, Elizabeth, um, I will, let's do a show at 5 p.m. UK time, which I think is about 10 a.m. your time. Yeah, actually, but I would want to, if I'm doing that, if I'm making a time to do a special interview like that, I would want to do something special for it. I would want to almost, I don't know how to put, I would want to watch 100% of all the interviews or hear them or read them that they've given. And currently I've not. I mean, maybe when I go to Thailand, would that be a better time? But yeah, maybe having would Jamie Stegmaier be willing to come onto my show again? And I say again because Jamie came onto the Board Games with Bez show back when I was doing an internet radio show, and talk about why they don't, and talk about interactions with reviewers, specifically the way that Jamie does it. Because I don't want to come on and say I'm going to attack you, but seriously, Jamie, why do you not watch other people's reviews? And how do we come to the balance of the needs of the publisher versus the needs of the reviewer? And bearing in mind that the publisher is getting more out of it. So maybe, should I continue the Tuesday evening thing? I don't know. And that's a genuine I do not know. Because part of me, yes, would like to do an occasional thing. Maybe saying Tip Top Tabletop Tuesdays. I thought that there would be more people popping along. To be fair, like, thank you very much, Sate, for introducing me to Runa, and that raid train was super lovely. And again, Sate, if you're listening, if you want to go and play Teotihuacan with Rob, then go and do it. I'm unlikely to play Teotihuacan today, but you go and do it. Don't feel, that's the last thing I want, is for anyone to feel like they're being held hostage. And I want people to feel like, yeah, they can pop in, they can say goodbye. And I'm going to be more okay with people. That's going to be my New Year's resolution, to be more okay with people saying goodbye. Because I know in my heart that there is a bit of envy there's a bit of envy of, oh, these people prefer Michael's stream to mine, or these people prefer Palooza to me, and these people are going to go and mute me and turn that on no matter what once a certain time hits. But I need to be okay with that. And so, yes, in future, yeah, I'm going to be more like, yeah, you know what? It's like we're in a convention. And maybe I'm giving a talk. Maybe there's another talk that starts halfway through. And if people need to leave, then that's fine. And ultimately, I'm not saying that much of value. I'm just pontificating, I'm just blethering. Sure, if I gave another talk like I gave in August for UK Games Expo, if I said, if it if it's a discussion, if it's a explaining, if it, like, maybe I should use the titles to give a more clear indication. Blethering about, discussing, lecturing. Do you think that? I mean, I know a couple of people here saw my. Well, I think a couple of people here saw my UK Games Expo. Was that a lecture? And people are not playing Teotihuacan. Suggested Marrakesh. And yeah, it's never goodbye. Only farewell. Lusa was in my life before you, Bez. And Sate says, I watch you both. But if we're both going, you do mute me and then listen to Michael. That is the fact. You do listen to more of Michael when you're watching compared to me. And that's okay. I mean, Michael is a wonderful human. And wait, you listen to both of us? Like, okay, I sometimes do that. You have two audio open. Wow. Okay, that's impressive. I just always assumed that you were muting me and then listening to Michael. Honestly, look, I guess Xate will remember a late night stream I did, where one thing I said was that you have to be free with love. At least expressions of love. If you enjoy something, tell people that you're enjoying it. If you and if you love someone, tell them that you love them. If you enjoy their thing, no, sending a message saying yes, you're kind, you're thoughtful. And yes, there's emotional labor, so I don't expect everyone to do that all the time. But sometimes as you're passing by someone and just saying, you know what, I love this thing that you're doing and I really appreciate that. And to that sense, say it. I really love and appreciate your moderation. I admire your design sensibilities and notion of what is mathematically balanced. I admire the fact that you do give honest criticism or honest opinions, let's say. And you're really good at kind of integrating yourself with online communities, and you're really good at making chocolate art from what I see. So yeah, and I was really honored to see something that I believe I'm not meant to talk about. And it was nice working with you for Yogi Stock Guru or In a Bond. And Rob, you're like just a lovely, generous, free spirit. You're just really nice to play test with. You're insightful, you're inventive, you're friendly, you're loving, you're, from what I see, you're a really good parent, you're a really good partner. So well done to Rob. And sorry, that was a misclick. And Evil Auntie, I really appreciate like you popping in to say hello. And if you feel up to it, then please do go into the Discord and introduce yourself. And if you've been following for a while, I guess you're interested in board games to some degree. Because sometimes we do get people popping in who don't even know what a board game is. Sometimes it's people from a raid. Sometimes it's because, yeah, it's generally people from a raid. And sometimes it's because I do my show in the talk and podcasts thing. Blethering is good. I appreciate chill streams and I do love board games. What are some of your favourites, Evil Auntie? Let us know. But yeah. I understand most people aren't as extroverted as me. And maybe it's hard to find friends online. And obviously, people have been burned by people online. So there's always that little bit of, I'm aware that this person might not be who they say they are. Because you do have to keep that in the back of your mind. I mean, unless, well, I am clearly the same person as the person who made you, like, I'm public enough that you know that's about me. But if you, and you can look at my Board Game Geek designer page and then you'll see the photos and it's hopefully you see it's the same person. And then, I've left an internet trail. I've not been shy about that. But if someone hasn't left an internet trail in the same way that I have, obviously there's the whole bit of, is this person who they say they are? But you need to trust. And to that degree, to trust, like, it's like, here, make new friends, and here you can. I'm trying to. It's not that I'm trying to avoid it, it's just that genuinely. I don't get so much out of I don't get so much out of playing board games online. I really love to chat. I would like it to be more public. Like, yeah, you know what? I know that Sate's kind of joked about this because we played The Crew on this stream once. And for sure, I mean, you know what? If you wanted to chuck that into one of the Friendly Friday forums and be like, yeah, next Friday, let's play this other thing, then you know what? I might well be down for that if there's a few people up for that. Evil Auntie says, these days I prefer to watch others play board games rather than playing myself. My brain is a bit slow because of my chronic illness. Yeah, I totally get that. Do you watch Loozapalooza? Because I know they do the whole like play along thing where you do need a printer, but if you've got a printer, then you can watch it once, and then maybe you learn it, and then you're not slowing it down. I don't know if it's the kind of embarrassment of making slower decisions or whether it's just that you're, yeah. Or if it just feels like it's too much effort. Because, yes, sometimes things can be just too much effort and you're just not wanting to play them. Okay, so I guess that's the recap. And in conclusion, my times are not going to be from 9 a.m. They're not going to always be from 10 a.m. I'm going to chat to Matthew to see, okay, Matthew, you know what? Decide your times. I'm going to be a bit chaotic from now on, but 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. Let's say, you know what? You know what, people? Genuinely, what's the point in a schedule? Like, in a way, like the notion of a schedule, it's kind of to say, if you are here, if you happen to be here, I will be here, and it's something to be okay. Sate popping in every day, and I think that I've encouraged Sate to wake up more often. I've certainly encouraged myself to wake up more often. And I'm just going to talk about a few things, okay? And actually, this is going to be in the looking forward to. So, if you want to check me out, you know the links. It's stuffabez.com, stuffabez.bicker.com, twitter.com/stuffabez, instagram.com/stuffabez, twitch.tv/stuffabez. I am streaming at 10 a.m. UK time most days. Going forward, I'm going to try to be streaming at 10 a.m. UK time every day. When that is until or when I start, I cannot say. YouTube.com/stuffabez for the old streams and stuffabez.com/discord. If you've not already joined it, then please do so. And I want to say thank you, everyone. I will probably say thank you again at the end, but thank you for being wonderful, for being respectful, except for that one robot that Sate banned, and that one YouTube person that what they say grooming is important, and it's like, you know what? Yeah. Anyway, over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to. So, yeah, I was asked to kind of point out that you don't have to share. You never have to share. And if you want me to not, if you want to share, but you want it to kind of fade away and you don't want it to be on the internet in a month's time, then maybe mention, let's, maybe there could be a little code like do a Q, maybe have a Q or something. Q, no, Q means question. I'm trying to think of a letter that doesn't mean anything. Some sort of symbol that's easy to type, and it means don't show this on screen and don't even talk about this, but I want to share. Like, because I think it would be nice to have those forums, but then I guess, do we need that? But yeah, if you want to share, but you don't want me to kind of mention it, then kind of say at the start of your thing, Bez, or write D for don't put this on screen, or just type out don't put this on screen or don't talk about it. But yeah, if you want to share anything, something you're looking forward to, any hopes, ambitions, you can share anything, whether it's exciting, trivial, important, or just fun. And so, yeah, for myself, I'm definitely going to take another walk today. It is really icy. It gets dark about 4 p.m. here, so I am really maybe 3:30. So I am really valuing the sunlight, and just now it feels like it's in the perfect point to have an late morning walk. I was about to say early morning. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the crew again with my family, and I guess I'll let you know how that went on tomorrow. My things that I have to do are sort out my streams, sort out the descriptions for the various people, because not everyone puts in their descriptions. Let me check my calendar and see what's coming up next week, because Chris hasn't made it yet, because I asked Chris to do it today. So on the 4th, I've got old-fashioned. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing something, possibly chatting more about the crew, possibly chatting about some comics or books. Monday, I'm going to be chatting to Timia Farkas for a couple of hours. Now, on my guest info, if anyone looks at that, which is stuffbybez.com/guests, that redirects you to a Google sheet that tells potential guests, please do these things before you come on. One of them is please have a topic. Now, that is mainly for people who are asking to come on, because I never wanted to become what I feel like Board Game Design Lab has kind of become, which is people going there when they've got a new Kickstarter coming out, people going there when, oh, it's to talk about this game specifically. And I want to, sure, if you come on and you chat for a couple of hours, then it's totally fair enough if you chat for your thing about 5 minutes. But I don't want it to be, okay, we turn every single possible example into talking about our own thing. And so I don't want it to just be meeting random person that I've never heard of. But if I I decided to talk to someone, and on Tuesday I actually need to change the calendar, so I apologise about this. Tuesday and Wednesday do need to be changed. Tuesday and Wednesday are not what they say on the calendar, so I massively apologise about this. Um, Tuesday I'm chatting to the designer of Men at Work. Also, Ruth, Rita, I'm so sorry. And hopefully, by the end of a couple of hours of chatting together, I will actually be able to remember their name. I'm actually going to check in. This is really embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah. And thanks, Alex. That's and lovely to see you. Yeah, this feels like the kind of thing that I should probably put all these conclusions in my Discord. And that's okay, Bess. Why, Bess? Why are you calling me Bess? I think you're literally the first person who's ever called me Bess. I'm not sure if this is an allusion to something, or if you are misspelling my name because of a typo or autocorrect, or because I said Alex. I don't know. Because of Rita. Okay, Ruth. Oh man. Okay. Look, I will double check their name. Gmail. Where's my Gmail? Do. Yeah. If people only know me as the designer of Yogi, then that's fair enough. Anyway, it is Rita. There we go. Rita Modal. Um, and let me Rita, who was based in Munich. Yeah, so much. Can I add that to? Let's. So. Okay. Get me. Okay, so Monday I'm having Tamia Farkas. Anyway, Tuesday I'm having Rita Modal on. Rita Modal is the designer of Men at Work, and so Rita and I talked about what Rita would like to talk about, and Rita came up with like 4 different things, and so it was like, okay, this is brilliant. Let's just go over all of those things. I mean, just because I've talked about writing rules with someone doesn't mean that I don't talk about writing rules with someone else. And I'm going to double check what we were actually writing about, talking about. But basically, it's just meeting Rita. That's the focus. The focus is just on meeting this wonderful person, learning what makes them tick, and here's some meaningful topics. And I know that Rita isn't going to just chat about her game. It was me who approached Rita because Rita was watching, and yeah. Apparently, Brian Gomez, the designer of Ice Cool, is just a pseudonym for brain games. Fair enough. But yeah, if it's meeting blah, I want to have more opportunities where we do have more than one topic. By the same token, I want to have the potential for someone like Jay from 3 Minute Board Games to come on and talk for like over 3 hours about representation and cultural appropriation, because this is an important thing. So yeah, if ever on my show notes, and this is just information, this isn't information that's going to say um, well, I'm not going to make a big deal of it. I'm not going to say, oh yes, the fact, but fundament, I guess I will have to say it. Meeting people is reserved for people that I am reaching out to. Because frankly, let's say I reach out to Jamie Stegmeyer. Okay, I don't feel like I need to do a meeting Jamie Stegmaier thing. But let's say I reach out to Elizabeth Hargrave. Yes, there's more than one thing I would like to chat to Elizabeth about. So I would like to be, yes, representation, but it's not just about representation, because if every time that Elizabeth chats to someone who are talking about representation, then we're taking away from Elizabeth's achievements, from Elizabeth being able to put science into board games, about all of these things. Let's just say, you know what, Elizabeth, how long can you come on for? How long do you want to chat? Here's some possible topics. Let's chat about all of these things. I guess I am saying that I am willing to do a stream at whatever time of day it might be to chat to Elizabeth Hargrave. And that's it ultimately. Like, if I'm willing to do a stream at any time of day, then yeah, I might start doing additional streams. I still don't know what's happening for my Tuesday, Tabletop Tuesday streams. I'd like to ask the people within that group, were you enjoying that before I stopped it? Because I had a 2-week break. I mean, if I started again, do you think that it would add anything to your life to have us being like the weekly, okay, Tuesday we're just getting together for an hour to check in with each other? And I definitely enjoyed it with, yeah, people who were around, and knowing that, okay, it's 1 hour until Loozapalooza and I need to stop at this particular time. It was both a good thing and a bad thing. It was a good thing in that, okay, suddenly people from America are able to put it in as a lunch break thing. But yeah, if that's not something that people want, then and again, why am I doing it? That has to be the ultimate question. Why am I doing this? I mean, Prey was popping in. But I never want it to be an obligation, and that's the thing. I never want someone to feel like I have to be here at this time. I have to be here watching Bez because I'm a moderator, because I've got this obligation. And I know that when Alex is in here, Alex is going to be banning people. I know that yeah, Yoda and Rob, I'm going to make them both moderators, and I mean, I hope that you're watching in mod view. I hope that you're ready to bear your sword for me. I hope that, you know, when I see your name in chat, I hope you're ready to swing that sword. I'm not saying there's been anything bad today. And I'd say 87% is definitely enough. Matri, yes, it's all the swords. Oh, I'm surrounded by swords, says evil auntie. And there we go, swords. And Alex, as long as you're ready to ban someone if needs be. What's this? Like a wee person hiding. Look, ultimately, yeah, what are you up to? So I was just chatting about what I'm up to next week. Whoops, didn't mean to bring that up. Meant to bring that up. Sorry about my incompetence. Okay, so Wednesday is going to be a stream of just me. I think I am going to continue Warlock of Firetop Mountain because I want to. And we will find out what happens. And I will say to Matt, okay, you know what, Matt? And Warlock of Firetop Mountain, maybe we'll try. I, you know what? Probably when I've got an actual topic, Friendly Friday Forum. Yes, Friendly Friday Forum. It's all about the what have you been up to. It's all about the questionably quick questions. Unless, and I say this again, say it's Alex, and if you suggest, hey, let's play this game on Board Game Arena together, then is that the one I'm thinking of? The nice one where we play the crew. Um, but yeah, if you want to propose something for next Friday, I'm down for that. It doesn't need to be written in the schedule. It's just part of the Friendly Friday forum. Hey, you know what? As part of this, yes, we're going to be chatting, and I am going to be paying attention to the chat, but we're also going to be playing this game, which probably, given that it's going to be my I'm also going to be paying attention to the chats. That's going to be putting Bez at a disadvantage. And if Xate is teaching Bez Teotihuacan, then yeah, although Xate did say it sounds like Xate only really wants to play that with 4 people. But let's say you want to teach me a game or something on Board Game Arena. If you're up for it, then I will join in and I'll expect to lose, but it'll hopefully be fun. And then, yeah, so Wednesday will be Warlock of Firetop Mountain, and I'll basically skip the intro sections. I'll go over them really quickly. Thursday is Dina. Thursday, I will be talking to Dina about collaborations in marketing. Friday will be the Friendly Friday forum, and Saturday will, of course, be the Bez and Friends game day. Now, you trust me to lose. Oh. I think I can post a thing to the UK today, says Xate. Oh, exciting times. And so, yeah, that is my schedule for the next week. Ooh, Evil Auntie is playing Fallout New Vegas. Is that on Steam? Look, that is totally fine, and I hope you're enjoying the rambling and shenanigans and keyboard tinkling. Bit high. Oh. Alex trust enough. Bit high. Isn't there? Ask. But yeah, does Streambots, do I trust Bez only so far as I can trust her? I don't get this. I trust Bez only as far as I can trust her. Do you mean I trust? Do you mean you trust me only so far as you can trust the Streambot? Or do you mean that you trust Bez only so far as you trust Bez? Is that like an intentional tautology? Do you mean only so far as you can follow her? Is that what you meant? Streambot thinks I'm a lot stronger than I am. It's always with the teasing, always with the teasing. I mean, I do feel, I still feel the love today, today. Even though we're far. It's still 36%. I guess it is enough. For you are my star. Yeah, this is. I think you meant throw rather than trust. Oh, but yeah. Even though Xates is saying that Xates doesn't trust me. But yeah, for the next streams, look at stuffabez.com/streams in about an hour's time after I fixed it, and then it'll be more correct. But yeah, Warlock of Firetop Mountain on Wednesday, and in future, you know what, I'm going to stop these streams a little bit further. I know that's pretty much gone to 12, but it's just because it's a thing that I enjoy. And when I enjoy a thing, sometimes you don't want to say goodbye to a thing. But no one else has anything that they've been wanting to share. So at this point, I am just repeating myself. And at this point, I do have to just, I might well rather than repeat myself, wrap up and say, you know what, share the word. If you have enjoyed this, if you think that there's someone else who would enjoy this, then please reach out to them, let them know. Evanti is feeling a little bit energetic, so has to go do some chores before I start feeling super scared again. I'll keep an eye out for future streams. Thank you very much, and check out the Discord. Yes, on the. Oh, thanks for letting me know. That might be due to bad internet. I'm going to eat and then send Aqua a package. That sounds good. And yeah, that is the end. Yeah, next Saturday, of course, I will be streaming pretty much. There might be a half-hour break, but pretty much from 10 a.m. until like 7 p.m.-ish. I don't know. There's a Facebook event, and so I invited people to that Facebook event. If you're on Facebook, then please, and invited you, then please click going. And so that's going to be, we're going to reveal the winner of the Aldeck design competition, and both the finalists, the final finalists, that is totally fair. I will be on stream most of next Saturday. It's a special day, and you will be able to play along with some of the games. Some of the games you will just be able to watch me learn and play with someone else. Some of them it'll just be a bit of a chat. But we'll be talking more about Bidal and Invisibel. I know Alex is going to be on for most of the day. I'm really excited about that. Xate's welcome if Xate's able to make it. Eric Slaussen's promised to be there. Alan Paul's promised to be there, and Alan's never been late. Who else? Rory Malton makes great games. And one more thing that Xate wants to share. The post tells me, die Einschränkungen für Privatkunden werden zum 2021 komplett aufgehoben. I don't know what that means, so you'll have to translate for Xate. And yep, that is now truly, once Xate tells us what that even means. Oh yeah, I wanted to check on Twitch, see who else is streaming. Yeah, I think the internet house just is not good enough. So basically, Sates can mail. That is what it means. And yeah, this is interesting. As far as I can see, there are only 4 people I am following that are streaming. So let's go to Dave K Music. Dave. Um, Dave K, I believe I know this person from doing amazing. Oh, Dave has so much energy. You are in for a treat. And yeah, Dave is doing song requests, I believe, and does blues. And yeah, you are genuinely in for a treat. If you're watching this on YouTube or something after the fact, then yeah, I guess shouts out to Dave K Music. But for now, the only thing left to do is to say, of course, bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye, bye bye.